everyone, I'm Gurleen. I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we'll be discussing the trade plan for the monthly expiry, that is March 29th, 2023 for Nifty and Bank Nifty, and a few select stocks which must be on your watch list. So stay tuned till the end of the video and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and do ring the notification bell so that you never miss an update. So without any further ado, let's look at the technical angle starting with Nifty 50. So here on the daily chart of Nifty 50, you can see that the index registered a bearish candlestick and traded within the range of this inside bar which was registered on Friday. Now the high and low of this candlestick is placed at 17,109 and 16,919. So what you can do is mark these levels on your chart as such a narrow range is followed by an explosive move on either side. And it gives you the flexibility to punch an order in the direction of a breakout or the breakdown and not get stuck on the wrong side. Well, on the higher degree, if you see that Nifty is still trading within this wide range of 16,800 to 17,200. Also, so now let's take a look at the hourly time frame to understand the setup. Now here you can see that we have a major support at the levels of 16,800. And it has been close to 2 weeks that the index is still consolidating within this wide range with a lot of erratic and volatile moves on both sides. Remember that the positive momentum will only come in above this zone of 17,145 to 17,200, which would activate this harmonic pattern and take the index to the previous highs, and the invalidation level for the same is the level of 16,828. But remember that this pattern is yet to be triggered, and if this gets invalidated, then we'll not be considering it any further. So as of now, Nifty looks sideways within the zone of 17,100 to 16,800, and this can be considered as the expiry range as per the overall OI chart as well. In the last video, we discussed that the hourly moving averages can be considered as the immediate resistances for Nifty, and you can see the rejection, which indicates that the index has been respecting these averages precisely. So the bottom line is that more or less the index has been sideways with the volatility remaining elevated, and a potential downside would only open up below the level of 16,828, and in that case, the index can test the levels of about 16,650. And the probability of a positive move will only open above the level of 17,200, so impulsive long bets should be avoided as of now. Now on the 15-minute chart, as we discussed yesterday, that there's a declining structure and a break below this recent low would trigger a move on the downside in sync with the breakdown of the range on the daily time frame, and in that case we can expect the levels of about 16,871 in Nifty, and intraday advances towards the moving averages cannot be ruled out. So for those of you who find shorter time frames handy, you can consider the 15-minute averages as well as the trailing resistances on the upside. Now on the larger scale, the support and resistance for Nifty is placed at 16,871 and 16,828, whereas the resistance is placed at 17,090 to 17,200. Now let's move to Bank Nifty. So here on the daily chart of Bank Nifty, you can see that Bank Nifty also traded within the inside bar ahead of the expiry, and a clear sign or an indication of the upcoming trend will be the breakout of the high at the level of 39,768 or the breakdown of the low at the levels of 39,294. So let's outline the possibilities, as it's a monthly expiry and we cannot rule out the volatility. Number one, here if you see that Bank Nifty tested the low of inside bar and the bulls were waiting on the sidelines to strike at the right time and lift the index up for a positive daily closing. Now if we see a breakout here at the high of 39,768, then we can expect a trajectory towards the 20 DEMA that is placed at the levels of 39,956, or to round it off, the 40,000 mark. Number two, If we see a breakdown here at the low of 39,294, the immediate downside to look at would be 39,222 and 39,145. Also, the worst case scenario would only open up below this recent low of 38,613, and in that case, the maximum possible downside for Bank Nifty would be the level of 38,157 and 37,838. Now on the 15 minutes chart, it's evident that Bank Nifty is trading within this wide range, and in yesterday's video, we discussed this declining structure and how Bank Nifty can inch lower if it takes out the recent low at the levels of 39,294. But here you can see that this low remained protected, and as of now, we can anticipate further sideways action in Bank Nifty, and the potential downside would only open up below this low of 39,294, as I also outlined on the daily chart, and that would bring forward the level of 39,145. Also, if you see here, a potential harmonic pattern might come into play if and only if Bank Nifty crosses this pivot at 39,768, so that would trigger this pattern for a probable target of about 40,000 to 40,100. But this is just a possibility, and remember that it's yet to be triggered. So do not place any impulsive long bets, but wait for the setup to get triggered, and I've outlined the possible case scenarios for you to make calculated and conservative decisions and not get stuck on the wrong side. Now for your reference, I've written down the support and resistance levels for Bank Nifty. So the support is placed at 39,145, followed by 38,925, and the resistance is placed at 39,768, followed by 40,000. Now let's move to stocks, starting with HCL Tech. So here on the daily chart, you can see a topping out structure, and the stock is also placed below the key moving averages. And this harmonic pattern got triggered below the pivot B at 1068.10. So now HCL Tech is close to the initial harmonic reversal level of 1028.05. So the first possibility is that we can expect some relief or a pullback in HCL Tech towards the moving averages. But what if it doesn't stop here and breaks point D aggressively? Then we can expect HCL Tech to test the levels of about 921.80 on a medium-term basis. But remember that this scenario has not opened up yet, and I'll keep you updated as and when that happens. The next one is Tata Motors. If you remember, we discussed a shorting opportunity in Tata Motors in the videos posted over the last week. Well, here if you see, Tata Motors registered an intraday candle of about negative 2.5%, and the trajectory towards point D, that is the level of 385, looks quite achievable here. Initially, we had placed our stops at the level of 442, but now one can adjust the risk accordingly and trail towards the levels of 434. The next one on the list is UBL. Here you can see that the stock has been in a continued downtrend from the top of December 2022, and it was consolidating within a range, and now you can see that this range has been broken on the downside, and it seems that every uptick from here on might be followed by selling pressure, and UBL can possibly test the levels of about 1350 on the downside. So the invalidation level over here can be taken as the recent swing high of 1475. Well, that's it for the day, and on that note, it's Gurleen signing off. Until we meet again, have a good time.